Welcome to the Creativerse. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you're back. My name is Troy Stone King. Appreciate you being on this live video. So the title of this is Welcome to the Creativerse. Recently, I was listening to a podcast interview with an author and speaker by the name of Eben Pagan. The guy is amazing, by the way. If you catch any of his stuff, his book Opportunity, Eben is just amazing. E-B-E-N, P-A-G-A-N. But he said something that really struck me. And he said, we don't live in a universe. We live in a creativerse. Let me ask you a question. Do you think of yourself as a creative person? You know, when I ask that question to other people, they're like, well, you know, I don't sing and I don't write books and I don't necessarily paint. And so, no, I'm not a creative person. But the truth is, we're all creative people. We live in a creativerse. You see, let me tell you what happens. When you're a kid, in fact, if you ask a whole group of kids in school, like in kindergarten, you say, hey, which of you is a creative person? And you know what? Every hand goes up in the room in kindergarten. If you ask, which of you is a creative person in 6th grade, maybe 25% of the hands go up. And then you ask it when they're in high school, like juniors and seniors, maybe 1 or 2 hands go up when you ask the question, are you a creative person? You see, we are trained to believe we are only creative if we paint or if we sing or if we do other kinds of, quote, art. But we're all creative. We're all creative. Some of us are creative with our hands. My lovely bride, she paints. Others will do creative things like sculpting. Some others will do woodworking for creativity. People will be creative in writing songs. See, these are the arts that we think of as what creative people do. But you're also creative with your mind. And it doesn't require any hands. I've got a guy who, I was down in South America several years ago for a conference with a church down there. And at the conference event, we saw a speaker, and his name was Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic. And by the way, if you want the spelling of that, it's Nick, N-I-C-K, V-U-J-I-C-I-C. It doesn't sound like at all what it's spelled. But Nick was born without arms and without legs. And yet, he's created an entire movement of people. He's created a series of books. He's a creative person with no arms and no legs. He's not painting. He's not writing music, but he's a creative person. You see, one reason we don't change in our lives is we don't think it's possible. Because we think creating something new, creating something from scratch, isn't natural. But the truth is, you were created to be a creator. You were created to take raw materials, whether those are physical raw materials or ideas in your mind. You were created to take those raw materials and create new things. We don't live in a static universe where nothing can be changed. We live in a creativerse where, frankly, the laws of the creativerse are designed to allow creation to happen. In fact, when you start something new, you'll find that circumstances start to change. And people come into your life, and opportunities occur that allow you to create, that allow you to change and do something new. So so some of you are still not convinced. Some of you are still not convinced. So let me help you with that. Did you write a book? Have you ever written a book? Maybe a couple of you who are watching this video, you've written a book. That's creation, right? That's something from the words in your mind. So maybe you haven't written a book. Let me ask you a question. Can you say words out loud? Can you take something in your mind and output it as words that other people can understand? Then you're creating sentences. Have you ever written a paragraph? Something from scratch. A paragraph is one step away from a chapter. A chapter is a few steps away from a book. You see, the only difference between someone who can say words out loud and someone who has written a book is that they've just gone further down that same path. Let me make this very clear, there is no difference. It's no less miraculous for you to be able to say words out loud than to be able to write an entire book. It's the exact same path. You're just going down a different scale. You're going down a bigger scale on that path. You want to make something different in your life. You want to do something new in your life. You got to understand, your ability to just talk is creation. It's taking the raw materials, the things that you've learned, the things that you've figured out, and turning them into words that can be understood by others, words that can be understood by others. You want to do something brand new in your life. You want to make any kind of change. You want to make the world a better place for other people. You need to recognize your ability to create. You need to embrace your ability to create. Everything you use, every physical object you use, was created by someone. So for example, you ride a bicycle, somebody came up with that idea. And then somebody else figured out how to make all the parts. And somebody figured out how to put all the parts together. And then you learned how to ride the crazy thing. And you think, well, I could never invent a bicycle. Really? I'll bet you can figure out how one works. That takes creativity as well. The Creativerse that you live in is designed for you to take your knowledge and make something new. I'm doing it right now. You're watching this video, and I'm creating in your mind probably a brand new concept. That you live not in a static universe, but that you live in a creativerse that's designed for creation, designed to make you a creator. Those of you that are watching that are people of faith, you can't miss this. If you're a person of faith, then you believe that you were created by a creator in the creator's image. Well, part of being in the creator's image is being able to create. So let me wrap this up. You can create new things. And you've got to believe that just by the fact that you can say words. It's just another step on the path. Writing books, writing songs, creating a group of people who believe in concepts that you believe in. It's all the exact same path of creating something new. You just got to realize that there's no miracle for writing the book. There's no miracle for creating the movement. There's no miracle for making a brand new type of car. The miracle is in your mind, in coming up with the words and the concepts. So my friends, go out there. Believe in your ability to create something new, because you can. You were designed to do so. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate it very much. Don't forget, all my videos also go to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Troy Stoneking. And also a quick reminder, I'm in the middle of working on my Raise course. I'm creating a course from scratch on how to ask for and likely get a raise. Probably better than any raise you've ever gotten before. If you're interested in that, send me an email to live@troystonekane.com, and I'll put you on the list of interested people. It's no commitment. It just means that when I'm getting closer to actually releasing it, I'll send you an email to give you some details. Thanks again for watching, my friends. Go out there today and create something new.